I'm gonna share with you how I got from looking like this to looking like this. If you're new to the channel, my name is Luke Embers and I'm a professional fire dancer in Chicago. 2 years ago, I left my IT career to become a full-time fire dancer and create my own entertainment company. Fast forward to today, I'm able to do shows and performances for clients across the Midwest. But when it comes to being a pro performer on stage, not many people actually realize what goes behind it. And that's why in this video, I wanna share with you exactly how I prepare and train so I can perform on stage. With that said, let's jump right in. So to explain this best, I'm gonna have to divide this up into 3 different categories. The first category is Siva Afi. If you're new to the whole realm of fire dancing, there are so many different types of props and styles that an artist could use when they're performing. And some examples could be like fire fans, they could be hula hoops, they could be whips and swords and dragon staff. These are just examples that you've probably seen before. My style is called Siva Afi, which is also known as the fire knife dance, which originates from Samoan culture. You'll commonly see this style if you've ever been to Hawaii or ever seen a traditional luau, where it's a double-ended hook blade that's spun super fast. So when it comes to Siva Afi training, you're really just trying to embody a Samoan warrior and embrace a culture that has been through thousands and thousands of years. I mean, just like any martial art, it's really important that you understand the culture and pay homage and respect to the craft that you're pursuing. Originally, the way I learned was by joining a Polynesian dance academy nearby here. I've done lots of research online and watching lots of videos, and also just reaching out to practitioners of the sport, asking questions and just asking about things that I've always was curious about. I even also have Siva Afi books that have helped me kind of like develop my knowledge and skill set for it. I actually have them here, so the first one is going to be The Flaming Sword of Samoa, the story of the fire knife dance, and this was made by Freddie Latuli, which is actually the father of modern fire knife dancing. He's the one that brought it from Samoa to the US and added fire to both ends of the blade. And then so this book just shares his story. He shares a lot of the basics and the culture and the knowledge and just the foundation of how the fire knife dance came to be in modern times. And then this one is the fire knife dance story behind the flames. This is by Pulefano Galiai, who is the founder of the World Fire Knife Competition down in Oahu, Hawaii at the Polynesian Cultural Center. These are pretty cool because they go over, again, the history and the knowledge that has been passed down from time to time. The interesting thing though is that a lot of the culture and a lot of the knowledge was never really written down. So it's cool to see how there are people out there trying to bring all of this knowledge together. And so I like to display these in my room as a reminder of the history, the culture, and the roots of this craft that I practice. When it comes to actually learning the moves that I practice, I'm pretty much self-taught. I had a teacher when I first started at the Polynesian dance studio here in Chicago, and he taught me the basics, but when I really wanted to go full-time and all out with it, I pretty much just started learning on my own and honestly find anything that I could online. And to kind of like keep myself accountable for this journey, I actually started a 1,000-day spinning challenge where I would practice every single day for 1,000 days straight. My mindset on this, at least for right now and what it's been for, these past however many days, is just to really focus on that compound growth. I like to think of it as the 1% rule, where you're constantly improving by 1% every single day. And you're not gonna be able to feel that progress within 2 to 3 days, 10 days, or even 20 days. But after 30, 40, 50 days, you'll be able to see how much you've grown just by doing a little bit each and every day. Keep in mind though, my training times also vary. Sometimes I'll be able to do and train for 1 hour to 2 hours. Sometimes I'll just do 30 minutes, some days 15, 20 minutes, and then even some days I only can pick it up for 5 minutes and do a couple spins. And the way I was kind of going about this was I would first learn the move however I could on my own, and then I would create drills so that I could repeat it and practice it so that my failure rate went down and my success rate went up. And then from there, I pretty much just started like finding other moves, getting good at those, and then combining them into some sort of combo or sequence that I could start to practice. And by doing all of this, I not only executed my moves better, but my grip strength improved, my hand-eye coordination got better, and I even grew calluses on my fingers and my hands because I was constantly spinning and just conditioning my body to do something like this. As I got more confident with these moves with my practice knife, then I would eventually actually do it with fire. And that's the thing with Siva Afi, is that you have to learn moves twice. You have to learn it the foundation first with your practice knife, and then once you get better and once you feel more confident in them, then you have to ultimately transition them to fire. And believe me, the mindset when you pick it up with fire is so much different, because there's like a little bit more at stake when it comes to actually doing it. And from there is basically just developing different routines and ultimately like having a bank of freestyling moves that I could when I were to freestyle. And then all of that combined, it's a matter of just getting that preparation ready so that I can apply all of that when I'm doing into my shows that I book from clients. So as of today, I'm on, I believe, day 893 from the day I was recording this, and I'm closing in on my 1,000-day challenge. So definitely check out my TikTok to see my journey thus far, especially how I was from day one all the way to today. There's honestly so many things that I could share with you about Siva Afi that'll probably have to be for a separate video. So moving forward, the second category of my training is tricking. Tricking is a sport blending gymnastics, martial arts, and breakdancing into a set of tricks that can range in variety, style, technique, intensity, and complexity. As an artist, I want to be able to like explore the bounds of Siva Afi, because this is something that I haven't really seen before in the community. I want to be able to see how I can fuse the two into something that hasn't been seen before. So every week you can pretty much find me at the tricking gym. This is the place where I learn new tricks, experiment, and I also apply tricking into Siva Afi. The thing is with tricking though, is that it's definitely more of a mentality thing for me, because honestly, I believe a lot of people, the average person, can physically do these moves. It's the mentality of understanding where you are in the air, how you're moving your body, and anticipating how you're gonna land and execute the move itself. Well, right now my main focus has been B-kick, B-twist, backflip, and also basic kicks. And like I said before, similar to Siva Afi, tricking is, at least for me, also a thing where you have to learn twice, because I'm trying to learn it in the tricking gym, which is very cushiony and safer to attempt things. But once I get better at those, I have to apply them with fire and apply them with my other tricks and my other routines. So this is where I'm definitely pushing the bounds for myself physically and mentally as I'm creating and fusing these two art forms. By no means I'm like a pro or anything. I started back in college and I was able to develop my skills slowly but surely into something that I'm trying to really execute and refine right now. So if you want to see what that's like, you should definitely check out my many vlogs I've made of me going to the tricking gym. Link will be in the description below. All right, and finally, my third category of training is calisthenics. Back when COVID first started, I was stuck in my college dorm room and I was trying to figure out things to do. That's when I got into calisthenics, and I ended up creating my own home gym by scratch. So I had a pull-up bar that my sister had given me. I had the floor and the wall to do pushes and dynamic stuff. And then I even used two wardrobes, put them together and used them as dip bars side by side so that I could use that for dips. My biggest inspirations for calisthenics have been from Chris Heria at ThenX, Daniel Vadnel from Fitness FAQ, and a bunch of other people in the community. And I was just so intrigued about how these guys could make their bodies look superhuman and demonstrate how much control they had over their body and their movements. And so after getting into that, I was able to actually achieve a lot of different skill moves, like the front lever, back lever, handstands, handstand push-ups, 90-degree holds, and now I'm also starting to train for planche. Typically, you'll find me at the gym about 5 to 6 days a week. And right now, specifically, I've been doing a lot more mobility and flexibility training. And so as you can see, there's a lot that goes into the training that I do before I even step on stage. Most of what I do is extremely intentional, as Siva Afi, tricking, and calisthenics all have some sort of overlap with each other and work together. Siva Afi is the foundation where I get my cultural knowledge and understanding. I'm able to develop some really cool combinations and develop hand-eye coordination, so that ultimately is the source of my main craft. Tricking elevates the bounds of what I can do with Siva Afi. It unblocks the mental challenges that I have with my body and spatial awareness. Also gives me the creative freedom to try new moves and experiment. And then finally, calisthenics is the one that supports both Siva Afi and tricking by allowing me to have the strength training needed. It helps my cardio and control as I'm performing. It also helps me unlock a better range of motion through flexibility and mobility, like my shoulders and my hip flexors. And having these more open, they allow me to better execute moves and help me unlock moves that I thought were originally impossible. Thinking about it now, I don't actually post too much of my calisthenics training, but if you guys are interested in seeing that, definitely let me know in the comments below. Either way, constantly pushing my body and mind is extremely important for me as a performer, so that can translate directly into the work that I do on stage. I hope that was interesting to you guys. I hope you were able to understand a little bit more about what goes into my training and performances, because there's a lot more than meets the eye in everything that I do. That's all I got for you guys in this video. Like always, be what remains, and I'll see you next time. Peace.